Now, ending it off with the performance, this iPad had the Apple A7 chip inside of it, a dual-core CPU with 1 GB of RAM, pretty much every single model that this iPad came out in. And again, this is one of those areas that this iPad could have, we could have seen a little bit of an improvement from what I've known, from what I remember. This thing pretty much had the exact same internals as the iPad Mini 2, which I think is kind of funny because, maybe we could have seen a little bit of an improvement there as well. But again, there's nothing we can really do about it. Now, this is what I'll break it down for you. If you're somebody who is, maybe like a student or somebody like that, and you just want an iPad to kind of, hold you over to, maybe if you don't want to use a MacBook or something, you just want to do like Google Docs and write out documents and copy and paste stuff. I honestly think that is the only person I would recommend picking this iPad up. If you're somebody who wants to just, highlight stuff and do some very basic tasks, then I think this iPad probably will get the job done. But if you're somebody who wants to have a better experience than that, or, more demanding experience, let's say you're somebody who actually wants to go ahead and maybe edit videos or play some heavier intensive games or whatever, you're probably going to be in a worse situation than you may have expected. And there's actually two different things with this. One is that the actual performance within it really isn't going to do you too well because it is on a super outdated chip. This thing pretty much has the same chipset as something like an iPhone 5S. So keep that in mind. If you wouldn't want to use an iPhone 5S anymore, why would you want to use this iPad? It's probably the same exact logic. But on top of that, because this thing is on an outdated version of software, sooner than later, we're going to come to a point probably within the next year or two where we're probably going to see that these iPads are not going to be getting any more software updates for the apps themselves, because these things are still getting app updates right now, in terms of like Snapchat and Temple Run and Temple Run 2, whatever you use. But there's going to come to a point where you're not going to be able to update those apps anymore. So again, that's a pretty big deal. That's really a huge pro of it. But if that goes away in the next couple updates, it will, then you're going to be screwed over. So the performance standpoint, I'll say for a student or for somebody whose tasks are light and not maybe as demanding as somebody who wants to become a creator or something like that, then I think that's okay. But if you're a multi-purpose creator or you're a student, who needs a little bit more maybe power in their whole entire arsenal of, being a student, then this is definitely not the way to go. I would recommend getting something like an iPad Pro or getting something maybe that has a little bit more power to it. So in terms of that pretty much covers at the performance standpoint. And